From the lush hills of Rock Hall in St. Andrew, Jamaica, where reggae beats echo through the valleys and the spirit of Rastafari flows as freely as the island breeze, rose a youth destined to be a vessel of rhythm, reason, and rebellion. His name is Richell Bonner, but to the world, he is known as Richie Spice, a voice of the people, a lyrical soldier, and a flamekeeper of roots reggae in its purest form. Roots of a rebel. Born on September 8, 1971, Richie was cradled in a family where music wasn't just entertainment, it was the air they breathed. The Bonners were no strangers to the reggae spotlight. His older brothers, Pliers of the dynamic duo Chakademus and Pliers, Spanner Banner and Snatcher Lion, had already begun carving their marks in the Jamaican music scene. But little Richie, with his soft-spoken demeanor and deep reflective eyes, wasn't just following in their footsteps. He was plotting his own musical pilgrimage. Growing up in Rock Hall was no walk through paradise. Though Jamaica's beauty glistened in the sun, its people grappled with hardship, inequality, and social injustice. For Richie, these experiences weren't just passing observations, they were seeds of purpose. Even in his youth, he believed that music should do more than make you dance. It should awaken the soul, the first sparks. His first shot came in the form of the single Killing a Sound, produced by Dennis Starr Hayes. Though the track was a quiet start, it opened the door to what would become a luminous journey. Shortly after, Richie teamed up with producer Clive Hunt, a master of soundcraft who helped refine his raw talent into something mesmerizing. The fruit of their collaboration? The beautiful ballad Grooving My Girl, a track that revealed Richie's gentle romanticism and spiritual depth, wrapped in reggae's warm, hypnotic embrace. That song, along with his debut album released under Island Jamaica, was more than a career milestone. It was Richie's declaration that he was here not just to entertain, but to enlighten. The fire spreads. As the 1990s rolled in with their swirling mix of cultural change and musical evolution, Richie Spice's sound matured into something elemental, with tracks like Eartha Run Red, Time So Rough, and Living Ain't Easy. Richie poured truth into every syllable. These weren't just songs, they were testimonials. Street youths struggling to stay afloat, mothers hustling to feed their families, and communities plagued by violence found solace in Richie's poetic resistance. When he stepped onto stages at Reggae Sunsplash, Rebel Salute, and White River Reggae Bash, Richie didn't perform. He ministered. His dreadlocks danced in the breeze, his voice quivered with conviction, and the crowds responded with chants, lighters, and lifted fists. In the US and Europe, he toured with heavyweights like Rita Marley and his brothers, carrying Jamaica's heartbeat to global ears. The Rasta Flame. Richie's music is deeply intertwined with his Rastafarian beliefs. The Nyabingi drums, the herb, the Ital lifestyle, all weave through his lyrics and lifestyle. He sees himself not as a celebrity, but as a vessel for Jah's messages. His music, deeply spiritual yet sharply conscious, stands as a bridge between the sacred and the streetwise. Marijuana became one of his most iconic odes, not merely to the herb as a sacrament, but as a symbol of rebellion, healing, and connection to the divine. The song's remix by UK dubstep icon Koki, Digital Mystics, as Burnin', unexpectedly launched Richie into the crosshairs of a new generation of listeners in the underground scene of London, blending roots reggae with digital grit. His track, Youth Dem Cold, a haunting reflection of inner-city violence and disillusioned youth, was picked up for the video game Grand Theft Auto 4 and later featured in the cult sci-fi film Attack the Block, bringing his message to millions worldwide in surprising places. The Book of Job and musical maturity. By 2011, with 4 albums under his belt, Richie Spice released his 5th, Book of Job, a name laden with symbolism. Job, the biblical figure who remained faithful amidst suffering, became Richie's muse. Just like Job, Richie's journey had been no smooth ride. From industry politics to personal trials, he had weathered storms with humility and grace. Book of Job wasn't just an album, it was a testament to Richie's resilience. With it, he reaffirmed his commitment to uplift, not chase fame. Music is for the healing of the nation, he often says, and this record bore that philosophy in every verse. The follow-up project, Soothing Sounds, acoustic, stripped away the heavy bass and digital polish, laying bare Richie's voice and vision. Supported by legendary musicians like Robbie Shakespeare and Bongo Herman, the album was a spiritual cleanse, raw, refined, and reverent. In 2020, as the world buckled under the weight of the COVID-19 pandemic and cries for social justice reverberated across continents, Richie responded with Together We Stand. Released on VP Records, it was more than timely. It was prophetic. Songs like the title track and Beown, Valley of Jehoshaphat, Red Hot, summoned unity, hope, and revolution, urging humanity to rise above division. As always, Richie's lyrics cut through the noise, a steady beacon amidst chaos. Family, life, and the Bonner brotherhood. Behind the artist is the man, humble, family-oriented, and deeply grounded. Richie is not one for tabloid headlines or red carpet glitz. His private life remains just that, private. Yet what's clear is that family means everything to him. The Bonner brothers, Spanner Banner, Pliers, and Snatcher Lion, are more than siblings. They're a musical alliance. Together, they formed the Bonner Cornerstone label, a family-run outfit that champions artistic freedom and conscious music. It's a rarity in a world driven by commercialism, but for Richie, integrity is non-negotiable. Though Richie is discreet about his romantic life, he has hinted in interviews at having a stable, loving relationship and children who keep him centered. "My family is my strength," he once said. "Dem keep me grounded." Lifestyle of a conscious man. Unlike many artists who flaunt fast cars, flashy chains, and champagne toasts, Richie Spice walks a different path. A devout Rasta, he lives by Ital principles, natural living, clean eating, and spiritual mindfulness. You're more likely to find him sipping coconut water by a riverside than club hopping in Kingston. He's also a philanthropist in the quietest, most impactful ways. Richie has long supported Food for the Poor Jamaica, donating a portion of his concert proceeds to help feed and house the less fortunate. He's also been involved in initiatives focused on youth empowerment and community development. For Richie, giving back isn't a PR stunt, it's a duty. Today, Richie Spice stands not just as an artist, but as a cornerstone of modern roots reggae. His discography reads like a sacred text of resilience, truth, and upliftment. Whether it's the sensual sweetness of Brown Skin, the sobering reality of Youth Dem Cold, or the militant meditation of the Plainland, Richie continues to offer sonic scripture for a world in search of meaning. New generations discover his music every day, whether through a video game, a remix, or a whispered recommendation. His songs have become anthems of hope for prisoners of poverty, seekers of peace, and warriors of light. In an era where hype often trumps heart, Richie Spice remains defiantly sincere. No gimmicks, no gloss, just the fire of truth, the roots of righteousness, and the sweet burn of reggae done right. And as long as there are wrongs to be righted, souls to be stirred, and spirits to be soothed, Richie Spice will be there, chanting down Babylon, one verse at a time. Please subscribe, like and share for more legendary stories.